Schizo.
It was a silent and peaceful night in a small village just outside the Black Forest. However, the silence was suddenly broken by the howl of hundreds of wolves in the dark forest. In a small hut, a young girl was kneeling and hopelessly praying beside her bed, and next to her was a giant scythe or sickle of death. It is young Ruby who prays for the return of the valiant warrior Roger to rescue them again from the attack of the wolves from the Black Forest. It's been a few years since Roger discovered the small village from his pursuit of the Wolf King, Pale Tusk. Roger successfully defended the village from the attacking wolves, and even when he was alone, he did great damage to the wolves and also to Pale Tusk. Fearing that one day the wolves might return, he decided to teach the villagers how to defend themselves for the next attack. The citizens welcomed Roger's offer. One of them is young Ruby, who is determined to learn and strengthen herself. However, in the middle of his training with the villagers, Roger suddenly felt a change in his body. The wound he sustained from the King of the Wolves caused a strong and terrifying curse. And for the safety of the people in the village, Roger decided to leave without informing anyone before he totally succumbs to the curse of Pale Tusk. The night that the villagers feared the most has come. The wolves are back to devour the remaining villagers, and their former savior, Roger, is nowhere to be found. By the orders of Pale Tusk, the wolves stormed the village defenses, and again the wolves attacked every villager they could find. Once again, the blood of the villagers has been spilled. Among the dead were Ruby's grandparents, and in their last moments, they protected young Ruby by hiding her under their corpses. The pain and suffering Ruby endured in those moments ignited the awakening of her hidden potential. Full of anger and hatred, Ruby stood up, picked up her weapon, and rushed at the enemies. People were shocked because Ruby was able to keep up with the wolves. Even though her body is small, her heart and mind have only one desire: revenge. After a while, Ruby stood still, staring at the sky, and around her were the corpses of many wolves she had killed. Each of these wolves caused great pain in her heart, so Ruby is determined to end it once and for all. Ruby stared at Pale Tusk, the only wolf left. The two clashed, and in the middle of the fight, Ruby had a chance to finish Pale Tusk. However, Ruby paused and hesitated, and Pale Tusk took advantage of this mistake and attacked Ruby. Pale Tusk's sharp nails sank into Ruby's right eye. Pale Tusk has already lost once at the hands of Roger, but this time, his entire wolf pack being wiped out, plus the injury Ruby inflicted to his body. This was the most severe and devastating defeat he had ever experienced. To everyone's surprise, Pale Tusk did not kill Ruby. He just turned around and walked back to the Black Forest. When Ruby regained consciousness, Pale Tusk was gone. Unfortunately, she lost one of her eyes. As time went on, Ruby's wounds healed, but she continued to wonder why Pale Tusk didn't finish her off. But every time she hears a wolf howling, her blinded eye begins to ache, and her heart fills with hatred and anger. By the way, if you're interested in being a content creator, there's a link for all my gear in the description. Thank you for watching. Please drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode. My name is Schizo, and this is your Game Gospel.